creating NFTs. So we're gonna be using Atomic Market for this. So that's gonna be the first place you wanna go. All right, go ahead and do whatever cookie settings you want. I usually go ahead and customize and uncheck this one. And then go ahead and go to NFT Creator up here in the top. You're gonna need to log in. I'm gonna use the Wax Cloud wallet, which if you don't have yet, there's a previous video entailing. All right, make sure you have pop-ups and stuff allowed. If you get this, you might have to hit show or allow. Then go ahead and log in. Sometimes you have to close the wallet and restart. Atomic's been having issues lately as of the making of this. There we go. All right, then you're gonna wanna go straight to create new collection. And then you need a collection name, which is 12 characters exactly, all lowercase, and then you can only use numbers 1 through 5. Then a display name, which is the name of your collection that it'll actually like display as. Then if you have a website, your website URL. And then a description. And then you'll upload your photo right here. So you'll just find the image you want, upload it. And if you're having trouble with images, I'll go over that in a minute. If your image doesn't display correctly, just re-upload it. So just re-click here and then try again. And then make sure it displays correctly before you hit create a collection. And then once you're sure everything's right, I think you can change the description later, and I think the website URL, I don't know if you can change the display name and collection name, so I would make sure those are correct. You can add people to the account, like right here. You can notify people. I'm not sure why you'd want to do that, but anyway, we're gonna go back. And if you get lost, just go to NFT Creator again. So now that you have your collection made, we're gonna hit View Collection. All right, and you shouldn't have any schemas yet if you haven't made an NFT yet, or I guess if you're halfway through the process, you might have made it this far. All right, next you're gonna wanna make a schema. So schemas are kind of what attributes your cards are gonna have. So first it needs a name, all lowercase, max of 12. And I think you can use numbers. So I already have this one as a schema name in this collection, so it won't let me rename that, but I'm gonna leave that for right now. So attribute name is the name of the attribute, and the type is like what you'll actually use for the attribute. So with name, you're gonna type in text. With image, you're gonna have an image. So if we wanted to add like a back image, you could type back image and then change this to image. And there you go, you got a front image and a back image. So I'm not gonna actually use that, we're gonna remove that. And once you make attributes, I don't know if you can delete them once they've been used on a template, so I would be very sure you have the attributes you want on this schema, and maybe in the future you'll have to make another one if you don't have everything you want. But anyway, once you have all that done, I also usually add condition here and then text. Cool, so that means that you can put like rare and it'll say the condition rare on it, or you could put common put condition common on it. And then you hit create schema and approve the transaction. And then once that's all approved, you can hit the back button. It'll take you back to here, and if you're lost or something, you can go to NFT creator and click view collection, and then you'll be right back here. So schemas, we're going to click on the schema we just made. All right, you can see I still had condition, text, image, name, text. So before you hit the mint new asset button, I know it's really tempting just to hit that. First, you want to make a template. So the template's going to be your actual card. So I have a drill template here, a paint bucket, a rope. So we'll just hit create new template. And then let's say that drill is one I want to make. So we're going to call it drill. And then don't worry about filling this in when you upload right here. It's going to go ahead and put the picture there for you, and then this will autofill. So don't try and fill this out yourself. And then condition, call this common, since everybody's going to need a space element. And then if your file is too big to fit in here, I recommend using Photoshop or GIMP. GIMP is the free alternative to Photoshop. And then you can do metadata, which metadata is just info in the file of who owns the file, or just info about it. People put copyrights in there. So I ended up using pick resizer as one. Sorry, pickresize.com. Anyway, this one let me make the image smaller, so I recommend this website as far as making your image smaller to fit in here. It needs to be under 2 megabytes. And then, so we've filled all this in, and you can do this in any order, but we got the name, the image, the condition. Then you can choose the maximum supply. It's infinite by default. So let's say you only want 800 of the cards total. You just click here, type in 800, and then I would triple check all this stuff. Transferred means people that get the card can transfer and sell it between themselves. So if you leave this check marked, people you give it to can give it to somebody else. Asset can be burned, means it can be destroyed. You can turn that off if you like, but I leave mine on. And then you'll just hit create template, and then it'll give you another authorization to go through. Go ahead and just go through that. And then once you're all done with the authorization, it should leave you back on the screen and say it was confirmed. You can just hit the back button again. And then if you're lost, again, we can go to NFT creator, view collection, click on the schema, and then you're back here. All right, now it's time to click mint new asset. So you'll go ahead and click mint new asset. And then this is where the owner goes. It should be your username, usually your wax address. I wouldn't change that, at least not right now, until you're way more familiar with everything. And then instead of adding an image, typing stuff in here like you can, like you see I can type here, you're gonna go ahead and just go to the template, or where it says templates, click it, and then you can go ahead and choose the template you had, the template you made, and then this will pop up, this will pop up, this will pop up, and this will pop up, and then you get between 1 and 10. So we can make 10 copies of that. Go ahead and create asset, hit confirm, and then you'll go through the process of approving it again. And one little hint I probably shouldn't share, if you type in 50 here and then hit create asset, it'll let you make 50 copies. I don't know if you're supposed to do that or not. Anyway, it'll say 10 here, but when you hit create asset, it'll show up as 50 and actually make you 50. Little tip. All right, and then it's time to hit back, and then you can just go to trading to view them. They should show up here, and then if they don't show up here, you have to uncheck only whitelist NTFs. If that's checkmarked, they won't show up unless you get them whitelisted, which if you're watching this video, I imagine you're not whitelisted yet. Cool. And then from there, you can just trade them normally. Um, yeah, I went over how to view unwhitelisted NFTs in the wallet video, so go ahead and just review that video if you need any help from here on out. But yeah, they would show up right here. Just make sure this is unchecked. And then you can also view it in your wallet. Click NFTs, and then you can just choose the collection name. You may have to scroll if you have some NFTs. And then there they are.